Hello everyone and welcome to your online art lessons. Today we are inspired by an artist who loves to draw and paint using shapes and chooses his colors based on his emotions. It's Pablo Picasso. Now first we're going to take a look at all of the pictures on the screen. What do you notice about all of these pictures? What do they have in common? The similarities, that means what is the same about them? And how do they make you feel when you are looking at them? These pictures are full of color and can make you feel lots of different emotions. So when I look at these pictures, I feel really happy and excited and I want to look at more. I don't know about how it makes you feel. Now, when you see all of these colors, there are certain colors that make us feel a certain way, and that is what Pablo Picasso used as his inspiration for his paintings. So if you look at here, he used colors to express his emotions at the time. Now, looking at some of Picasso's work, first, with these images, how do you think he was feeling when he painted these pieces of artwork? Now I'm going to show you some more of his artwork. How do you think Picasso was feeling when he painted these pictures? In Picasso's blue period, so on the left where you can see lots of blues and greys being used in these images, it was in a time of his life that he was feeling very unhappy, lost and worried. He used blues, greys and darker colours to portray his sadness and despair. He had lost his friend, he had no money, and no one was interested in buying his art. Gradually, Picasso's colours brightened, and that became known as the Rose period. Not only did he use soft pinks, but he also used blues and reds and greens. The new colour expressed the warmth and life that Picasso was feeling at this time. He was feeling very happy, he had new friends, and his artwork was beginning to sell. So you can tell the difference from when he was feeling sad and the colours that he chose, and when he was feeling happy and the colours that he chose to use. Here you can see two of Picasso's paintings. What do you notice about them? Does anything look strange? Pause the video and just discuss what you can see. Okay, so these paintings were painted using cubism. Now, cubism is a style of art which aims to show all possible viewpoints of a person or an object all at once. It is called cubism because the items represented look like they're made out of cubes and other shapes. Cubism was first started by Pablo Picasso. So he was the first artist that decided to use cubes and different shapes in his paintings to represent something. Today you are going to incorporate cubism and colours to create your own Picasso-inspired portrait. This is what mine looks like, but remember, this is your own art, so when you paint yours, it doesn't have to look the same. If you're a boy, you might change your hair to be shorter, you might change the colours you use to show your mood, and you might even colour it using colouring pens. Just be thinking about how you feel to help you decide on the colours that you would like to choose when you are completing your final art piece. Before you begin, I thought we could play a little drawing game. There are so many wonderful ideas online and I love this Roll a Picasso art game. All you need is a dice and pencil and paper. If you don't have a dice, you can just choose which is your favourite from the rows. Start with the first row where you will choose the head shape and then work through all of the features of the face. You can see some of the examples on the screen. Once you have finished, you will end up with a Picasso-inspired piece. So here you would start by choosing one of these head shapes. If you have a dice, then you can roll it and see which one it lands on and draw that. Or if you don't, just choose the one that you like the most out of these head shapes. And you can see if you choose this one, here are the head shapes. And then keep on going down with eyes, nose, mouth, ears, and then on this one you can also choose a pattern to put in the background of your painting or picture. So you're now going to pause your video and you're going to see if you can create a Picasso face using dice. Roll it and use a Picasso mat, and remember, this is just a practice. You cannot get this wrong. Get your paper, your pencil and dice if you have them, and have a go at a roll a Picasso, and when you're ready you can come back to the video. Welcome back! I hope that you enjoyed creating your roll a Picasso. Now we're going to have a look at the resources that you will need for this lesson. You will need a paint in a range of colours and paint brushes. But if you do not have paint at home, you can use colouring pens or colouring pencils. That is okay. You will need pencil to draw, and you will need a black pen to outline. Now you're going to watch the video and see how you can create a Picasso-inspired portrait.
Hello and welcome to your Drawings by Me art tutorial. Today we will be creating an abstract portrait of yourself using plenty of colours and shapes. You will be learning how to select the correct materials for the art that you are going to create, using your skills of sketching lightly to create a portrait. You will be using other artists' paintings as inspiration to create your own unique painting. The artist we are inspired by today is a Spanish artist who is not only famous for his abstract art but also cubism and sculptures. Do you know who it is we're inspired by? It's Pablo Picasso. Picasso was extremely talented and regarded as one of the most influential artists. That means lots of other artists liked his new styles and wanted to copy him. Through his life, he created thousands of paintings, sculptures, ceramics, which is like pottery made from clay, drawings, and he even created colourful rugs. Before we begin, let's take a look at the resources we will use for this lesson. You will need pencils and a rubber for any mistakes, a range of paintbrushes so you can choose to make thick and thin lines, watercolour paints, and these can be in a palette or tube, and water for your paint. Remember to choose bright colours and contrasting colours too. Contrasting colours are opposites on a colour wheel. This is what my final portrait looked like, but before I started to paint that, I practiced drawing in the style of Picasso, which is what you can do too. Choosing each facial feature separately helps to create the abstract look, where nothing seems symmetrical or the same size. From the pictures, you can choose one of 6 different face shapes, eyes, a nose, and a mouth, but you can also create your own too. This helps you think like an abstract artist, because again, nothing needs to be symmetrical, and it can even be different sizes on either side, whereas usually we want to make portraits look quite realistic. Don't worry about realism here. Once you are happy with your practice, it's time to begin. Abstract art means you are not trying to create a realistic piece of art. Just remember that as you go. Instead, you are using shapes, colours and designs that can look like certain things in the world. This is important to remember while creating your portrait today, as there is no wrong way to make it. Once you are happy with the facial features that you have drawn, you can paint the different parts of the face using bright watercolours and also colour in the background. I am choosing to copy Pablo's choice of different colours on the face, but kept my background the same colour. Remember though, you can choose to colour in your own style. My painting is just to guide you. Once your painting is dry, you can outline it using a thick black marker. Outlining all the features makes everything really pop and come to life. It also highlights the differences between each side of the face. You can also add any detail to the background that you would like. Here I've added a touch of cubism into my abstract art. And there is your finished abstract portrait in the style of Pablo Picasso. Now it's your turn to create your own art. Enjoy and tag us in any pictures that you take of your wonderful art.
And so there it is. Remember that art is fun. Sometimes you'll get a little messy, but that's okay. Just remember to wash your hands and art area after. I hope this lesson helps you feel happy, positive, and you enjoy all the colors that you can see around you today. Have fun, be creative, and remember to keep your life colorful.